Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Disciplined Habits Podcast. I'm Jess Gordon, your host. And happy Friday, or whatever day you may be watching or listening to this. I hope that you have yourself a little beverage so that way you can listen to this and hopefully be encouraged. I have an iced coffee, and I'm not going to lie, guys, it's literally at 12:30 p.m., and this is my third iced coffee. So if I'm extra high energy on this podcast episode, you know why. I've had a lot of caffeine today. But I'm going to put this down before I have a spill on my pristine white shirt. What's going on, guys? How are we doing? Are we doing well? Hoping that everybody's doing okay. I thought it would be kind of fun and different to do something different on the podcast today, which is just some fun things that I'm absolutely loving right now. Some current faves. Maybe you're looking for some new books or new devotionals, new worship songs, whatever it is. I want to sit down and just talk with everybody about some current faves that I'm absolutely loving right now, and just kind of a different vibe. Maybe just catch up on life. I feel like a lot of crazy things are happening, and a lot of things the Lord has been working so much in my life. I feel like the last 2 weeks were such crazy spiritual moments for me. And I won't go into all the details, but like the first week I was just, spiritual warfare, insane. The enemy was like, let's see if we can take this girl down. But you know what's cool about that is God's like, you don't know who you're messing with. You don't know who you're messing with. I am the God of the universe. So we just kicked Satan right out of that, because then this week was absolutely phenomenal. And I saw the Lord show up in so many small and big ways. And I was just like, you are so cool and so good, God. I just love you so much. So anyways, that's a little update on my life. Nothing really crazy. These are my current faves of things that are making me smile, helping me relax, and of course, connecting with God on a deeper level right now. Let's start off with some of my favorite books, podcasts, and music that I'm currently listening to right now. So I just want to start off with some books that I would recommend. And these aren't actually books, they're devotionals. And the first one is, hold on, I actually have both of them. They're literally right here. First one that I highly recommend for any of my ladies that are in a transitioning season, which this can be like any type of transitioning season. If you're transitioning from like being in college to being in a full-time job, maybe you're in a single season. That's me. Maybe you're in a season of just in between careers. I don't really know whatever season you're in, but this book, it's actually a devotional. It's called The Joy of the In-Between by Ashley Hetherington. If you guys don't know who Ashley Hetherington is, you definitely need to listen to her. She has such good content all over social media, specifically for women who are walking in faith. And she talks a lot about her daily routine and how to be a woman of God. She also has like the Holy Girl Diaries, where she posts YouTube videos about, and I just love her and her heart after the Lord. And so this book, the 100 Devotions for Trusting God in Your Reading Season, is so good because it's a 100-day devotional. So 100 days, that's almost a third of the year. You get to every day be filled with good scripture and a devotional that goes along with encouragement for the season of waiting. So I highly recommend this. I've already read it one time, but honestly, I feel like I could read it again and just get so much more out of it. She has so much wisdom in this book. I would highly recommend this devotional, especially if you are looking for something that's like fairly easy to read in the morning. This is like a 5-minute devotional. I just absolutely love this book. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I actually talk about this book a lot on my TikTok too. So I love this one. The next one that I want to recommend is another 100-day devotion. And I'm actually not even quite done with this one yet, but it's that good that I can recommend it before I've even finished it. So this is Live on Purpose by Sadie Robertson. And I actually got this as a gift from my good friend Gracie. So shout out to her for giving this to me. But this was a gift from Gracie, and I love Sadie Robertson. I love her ministry, Live Original. And this book and devotion. I keep calling it a book, but it's actually a devotional. This devotional is so good because it's like truly, when you're living on purpose, you just feel this freedom of letting go of fear, anxiety, and all these other doubts that might be circling in your head. And it's just so encouraging. And she talks a lot about her season when she was in Dancing with the Stars and just like her social media presence a lot too. So I love this book for that reason. It's super encouraging. I think I'm on day like 82. Let's actually find out. I'm so good. I'm on day 82 of this devotional and I love it so much. I can't wait to finish it. But I mean, I love it so much that I didn't even need to finish it to recommend it to you guys. I highly recommend Live on Purpose by Sadie Robertson. So those are two devotionals. I could go into books all day long for you guys about what I recommend, what I've read, and what I'm excited to read, because on my bookshelf, I actually have a couple books that I still have yet to read that I'm so excited to read. But just trucking along through some other things right now. How about let's go podcasts. So without a doubt, I would say my favorite podcast right now, and it's been my favorite podcast for a while, is, no surprise, Sadie Robertson's Whoa, That's Good podcast. I love the wisdom that is on there. She brings on really amazing guests, and I think that it's super encouraging to hear from the guests, because these guests that she brings on the podcast they're from all different walks of life. Some of them are in ministry, some of them are not, some of them are singers. It's just so cool. Sadie has a really admirable ministry herself, so I just absolutely love her podcast. I think it's her most recent episode, they were talking about her pop-off Phil. So Phil Robertson from the Duck Dynasty show. I'm kind of going on a tangent, but Phil Robertson, he passed away recently, and they just talked about his life. And I think one thing that really stood out to me in that podcast was Phil did most of his discipleship in his home or around the dinner table or in the woods. And I just think that goes to show, like, when you live a quiet life and you get to invite people into your homes and you just do everyday life with people, that's when ministry can really, be impactful, and it can just like impact so many people. And they just went on about a lot of stories about how he impacted other people's lives through the simple things in life: dinner around the table, hunting in the woods, being in the woods, just bringing people over to his house. It was so incredible to hear the stories of his life and how he impacted thousands, if not millions of people when he lived such a quiet, simple life. So I loved that episode. I love all of her episodes. I get so much wisdom from her, especially because I feel like she tailors to younger ladies like myself. So love that for her. My current favorite music right now, there's so many songs that I could sit here and list off, but I think an artist that I'm absolutely loving right now is Forrest Frank. Forrest Frank, guys, I feel like I was kind of late to the trend. I was late to follow him. I was late to listen to his music, and I love him. I think his music is so uplifting. It's so good. I guess it's Christian rap. It's just upbeat, different than your traditional worship music, and I just love his songs. He came out with a new album, Child of God 2, and I love it. Like, all the songs, anytime they come on, I'm like, yes, this is so good. I love his stuff. All of his other music, so good. He also did a song with Thomas Rhett, and I was like, this is so good. I'm not gonna lie, I actually asked ChatGPT to give me a list of questions for my current faves, and I haven't even looked at the list yet, so I have them on my computer right now. So I'm like, I don't even know what some of these questions are, so I'm literally winging this 100%. But the next one is, what are my favorite ways to relax or have fun? Ooh, this is a great question, because I feel like a lot of people can sometimes, especially in their early 20s. So if you're in your early 20s, they're like, I don't know what to do on the weekends. I'm having trouble finding friends, whatever. Do not feel alone in that, because that is a common thing that people struggle with. It's hard to make friends with you when you're an adult. Like, you're not in class together, you go to work, and yeah, you can be friends with your coworkers, but maybe if you want friends outside of work, then it's kind of difficult. So some things that I like to do for fun right now that I'm currently loving is obviously the beach, guys. I love the beach. You guys should know that. That's one of the reasons why I moved to Florida, is because I wanted to be somewhere where I could be at the beach in less than an hour. And that's obviously because I live in Florida. So If you live somewhere that's not in a warm place, then that's okay too. I mean, if you have a pool or just any outdoor activity, sounds like so much fun. But I'm currently loving beach days. I'm loving going to get a pub sub with the girls, getting an Olipop or a Poppy, and just hanging out on the beach all day, listening to some good music and hopping in the water because it's hot here right now, y'all. It's 90 at least every single day. So, and it's only June. So I'm loving that. I'm also loving, I'm just loving like working out. Working out is so fun. And not only just like going to the gym, but it's also like going on nightly walks. So recently I've been getting close with my neighbors and we've been going on our nightly walks, and it's just so fun to go on a walk around the neighborhood with my neighbors. And then sometimes we'll run into our other neighbor friends, and it's just so fun. So if you live in an area that you have like a walking path or even just a sidewalk, definitely go outside after work and get some movement in, because I feel like it will definitely help you. And don't be afraid to say hi to your neighbors, because I started doing that and now some of them are some of my good friends and I love hanging out with them. Okay, the next question is favorite apps or tools that help me stay organized or inspired. That's kind of a deep question, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm actually not very organized. I might be clean and I love to clean and keep my apartment for the most part clean, but I'm just really not an organized person. So I do struggle in that area. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. But I will say that one app that I highly recommend is the Bible app. I know that probably was, you could have guessed that, but I love the Bible app because they have different Bible reading plans on there that you can do. So right now I'm doing the Bible in a Year challenge, and it's cool because it guides you along which scripture to read. So today I think I read, what was it? Proverbs 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's what it was. Proverbs 10, 11, 12. And it's the Bible in a year, but it's in chronological order. So, we go all the way from Adam and Eve to the start of creation to the very end of time when Jesus comes back in Revelation. So it's been really cool to be able to read the Bible in a chronological order because I've never done that before. And so not only do they have the chronological Bible reading plan on the app, they also have they also have other plans. I haven't personally done other plans. I know I saw around Easter time they had like an Easter one, and they just have like a lot of good different plans on there that you can see on the little feed that they have. So I love that app because it helps me grow my faith, but it also helps me stay organized because I don't think I could do the chronological thing on my own if I didn't have an app like guiding me along. Just being honest. I don't know what other apps or tools help me stay organized or inspired. This is so dumb. I don't even know. Like, I guess my calendar. My calendar on my phone, guys, is I don't know what I would do without my calendar. I don't know what I would do. I don't do handwritten calendars. I don't do handwritten things I have to do. My calendar on my phone, I always am putting alerts, even if it's the simplest thing, like a phone call with somebody. I'm putting the phone call on my calendar. So that's just a way I like to stay organized. Honestly, if you have the calendar app, it's a good tool. You can actually start inviting people, I'm pretty sure, on the calendar app now too. I don't know. Sorry. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm not sure. The next question is, again, these are like little favorites that ChatGPT gave me, is how I bring God into my daily fun. I love this one. I love this so much because following the Lord is so fun. Like, it can be so fun. And I know a lot of people might be like, oh, following the Lord, like you're not having any fun. But I promise you, following the Lord is fun. Like, you can make it fun. And so one thing is, honestly, worshiping the Lord on my way to work. That's so fun. The music is so good. It's so encouraging and it's so uplifting. So why wouldn't you want to listen to it on your way to work to start the day off good, bringing good vibes into the office, especially if you're somebody who works in person at an office? Like, bring those good vibes. Bring the joy of the Lord that you just had in the car. Bring those good vibes to the office too, because I'm sure somebody would love to feel your joy that you get from Jesus inside of you. So worshiping the Lord on the way to work. Love that. That makes my day super fun. And I kind of already mentioned it, is just really taking time to get to know the people in my community. So my neighbors, started doing our nightly walks. It's so fun to go outside and just see them. And there's a spot in my neighborhood where we all watch the sunset. So it's a go-to spot. It's so perfect. And it's just so fun to be out there with all the neighbors and we're all just watching the sunset together. Like, if you know me, you know I love watching the sunset, guys. Watching the sunset is my love language. So I just absolutely love watching the sunset. And so being able to do it with people that are in my community is just even more better. You know, what else, how I bring God into bringing into my into daily fun. This one is crazy. I've actually only done it for 2 weeks, 2 weekends in a row. So I'm fairly new into this habit, but it's definitely been so good for me. And that is truly taking a 24-hour Sabbath. Truly taking a 24-hour Sabbath, y'all. I know it's so hard in today's day and age. We want to be like working, doing all the things, doing crazy things, being on social media, hustling, all the things. And hustle culture is huge in our world today, which I'm all about working hard for 6 days of the week. The seventh day, whatever day that is, definitely make sure to have time for yourself. I actually heard a sermon from to a pastor and his wife. They talked about the Sabbath to the young adults night at my church. And it was so good. Like, I can't even explain to you. My eyes were just opened. I was like, oh my goodness, this is actually insane. I didn't realize how important it is to honor the Lord through a Sabbath. And so 2 weeks ago was when I started this, which was like turning off my phone, social media, turning off social media for 24 hours. It didn't have to be on Sunday. It could be any 24 hours. But as long as I did 24 hours, no social media, complete rest, whether that was going to the pool, hanging out at the beach, doing something with a friend, getting coffee, getting lunch, whatever it was, like I made sure that it was a 24-hour period where I was doing nothing but being in the presence of the Lord and having fun. So did that for 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to start tonight again for my 24 hours. And it's just so, like, I'm not even kidding, guys. I'm not even kidding. Actually, I want to share this story because I feel like it's actually kind of important to share this. So it was Memorial Day weekend. I don't even know. I can't really tell because the days kind of blur together. But Memorial Day weekend was the first weekend that I had done the full 24-hour Sabbath. So I turn off my phone. I'm doing fun things. I think I went to the beach or something with a friend. Slept in too. That was another thing. Slept in, went to bed early. Definitely was well rested. So I go into work the next day after doing the 24-hour Sabbath. And I'm like, you know what? I feel so well rested. I'm like, I actually haven't felt like this in forever, coming into work on a Monday, feeling as well rested as I do right now. And that's because I actually took a Sabbath. Because other weeks it would be like I would roll into work on Monday and still be tired from the weekend. But that's because I didn't actually take the time to rest like the Lord tells us to. So I was like, okay, so this is what they were talking about. Highly recommend take your Sabbath, 24 hours, turn off social media, because scrolling on social media isn't exactly resting. It's allowing your mind to just look at things all the time and just consume so much at once. Like, it's just not healthy. And just taking 24-hour break, it's not going to kill you. I felt so well rested and I was like, okay, now I'm hooked. I'm hooked on the 24-hour Sabbath. So I don't care what I have going on. I am taking 24 hours to unwind, unload from social media, be in the presence of God. Another way that I feel so much better now is by actually resting for a full day. I don't even know how long I've been talking, hopefully long enough, and hopefully you got inspired for some of my current faves. Actually, one last thing that I just thought about is I want to share my current favorite drink of choice right now, which is Poppy. I love Olipop and Poppy. I love fun little drinks like that, but Poppy right now has been my go-to, and specifically the grape one. I tried the grape one for the first time ever, and I was like, this is amazing. I love the grape one so much. So that's my current favorite drink right now. That with a pub sub, chef's kiss on the beach. Like, literally, that is picture perfect. My ideal Saturday. I definitely would encourage you to drop down below if you can, maybe some of your favorites, whether that's podcasts, books, or songs, or any of the things that I talked about today, ways that you like to spend time with the Lord. So let's keep encouraging each other to find joy in the little things, because truly I feel like God does his deepest works in those moments. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.